everyone, so today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I haven't done a video like this in quite some time, but I've had a few comments recently from people asking if I could make a video about how to look put together. Somebody said how to look girly, somebody said how to look glamorous, which I'm not sure if I would say that about myself, but I thought I'd come on here and kind of talk to you a little bit about that, because that is something that does appeal to me very much and that I feel quite strongly about. But I do want to kind of preface this by saying that number one, obviously some of this is time related. So I am very busy. I always have a lot going on, especially at the moment. But I make it a priority to look somewhat put together. Now, by no means am I like put together and always like absolutely perfect, like somebody like, I'm gonna say Kim Kardashian, please don't shoot me, but that's an example I can think of, you know, somebody that's always on it. Now, obviously they're in the public eye, it's slightly different. It's just a different kind of game altogether. But I never go out of the house ever without paying some sort of attention to how I look. Now, I'm fully aware that the amount of attention that I pay to getting ready is also something that is to do with the fact that, you know, like I don't have children, for example. I think if you had children, and if you have small children especially, it's probably really hard to stay on top of everything like this, and you'd have to come up with a completely different tactic, which I'll cross that bridge when I get there one day, but I think that does seem like it could be quite tricky to kind of balance it all. But I make it a priority to a point where even if I'm really tired, I'll wash my hair because I know that I'll just feel better if I do the next day. And when I've not bothered to do all of these things, it does affect my mood, which sounds really trivial and really stupid, but I just want to feel kind of like okay about myself most days. And things like having my hair done, having my nails done, having some sort of makeup on if I'm going out somewhere, just make me feel slightly better. If they don't to you and it's not something that's important to you, then that's absolutely fine, and we're all completely different. But I do try and always make sure that if I'm going out, I have paid some sort of attention to how I look, and I don't tend to go out without makeup on. I wear no makeup at home all the time. If I'm just at home and I'm not going anywhere, no way am I putting makeup on my face. Like, I just am not. But going out, I just feel like it kind of makes me feel like a better, more kind of polished version of myself. So now we've got that out of the way, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I think are really helpful. I've got them written down here. So number one is to, like I said slightly before, make sure hair and makeup is something that you pay attention to, but not just that, grooming in general and staying on top of it. I think it's much easier to do little and often rather than to kind of think, oh, I haven't done my eyebrows in like a month, I need to do them, blah, blah, blah. You have to find the time. Every time I see sort of something that I think like, oh, my eyebrows could do with a quick little pluck, I'll just do a couple of hairs every other day pretty much. And then they're always kind of fine, and it's not a big job that I have to tackle. Same with my nails. So for example, I've got SE Cute as a button on right now, and this has been on for a couple of days, and I'll really do my nails properly to make sure that they last for a few days, and it just makes me feel more groomed, more put together, and just nicer. Makeup wise as well, people seem to think that, for example, you know, you have to spend ages doing your makeup, and that's just not the case. I did my makeup this morning and it took me about 10 minutes, and I've got a lot of makeup on in terms of like, I've got a kind of tinted moisturiser CC cream on, I've got concealer on, I've got powder on, I've got cream bronzer, well, I've got like a contour product cream on, I've got powder on top. I've got powder, like I said, bronzer, blusher, brow pencil, I've got no eyeshadow on, I've got a tiny bit of like nude liner in my waterline, and I've got mascara on, and lip liner and lipstick. It's a lot of product, but it only took me like 5-10 minutes because I just kind of shoved it all on, and it's just a nice kind of fresh everyday look. But you can incorporate things like wearing a bright lip and things like that into your everyday routine, and it works really well, and it doesn't necessarily take that much longer. Maybe it takes like 30 seconds longer than just putting a nude lipstick on, because maybe you have to be a bit more precise with your application. Things like that are really impactful. Also in terms of hair, I do kind of always do my hair and stuff, but it's because I like it and I like for it to look nice. You don't have to pay as much attention to that though if you're not somebody that's kind of bothered about that. Just wash your hair, make sure your hair's kind of sorted nicely enough that you feel comfortable with, and you're good to go. That's it. But just paying some sort of attention and staying on top of things like hair removal and that, for me, make me feel a bit better, so I just stay on top of it. That kind of thing does make you look and feel a bit more put together. Number 2 is changing your accessories. Now, when I say accessories, I'm pretty much specifically talking about bags and jewellery. A lot of people get stuck into that rut of having one bag that they just use for ages and ages, use it for every occasion and don't change out of it. I used to be like that, but now I change my bags constantly between outfits. I've kind of got it down to what I do is have most of my stuff that's in my bag in little pouches, so I'm not having to rummage through my bags and do a big sort out. I just take the pouches from one bag and put them into another bag. Yes, obviously it takes you like a minute to do the pouches to begin with, but you'll only have to do those once in theory. Your makeup bag, I do have to empty my in-handbag makeup bag because I always have different lip products in there because it's the only thing that I'll top up on. But change them up, because not always will the same thing look good with every outfit, and you have to kind of bear that in mind, because you can just change your bag and it kind of puts your outfit together more, and it makes it look like the outfit was kind of more of a concerted effort rather than just you grabbed your bag and went out the door, if that makes sense. Jewellery's the same. I change my jewellery up all the time. I'm not somebody that likes to keep jewellery on all the time anyway. Like, I know a lot of people are like that. My sisters pretty much do that, and my mum does that as well. They'll put a necklace on or put earrings on and then just leave them in for ages. I can't do that. I don't like showering with them on, so I always end up having to take them off anyway. But like, for example, today I haven't got any jewellery on because what I'm doing today is that I'm going to the restaurant to do some cleaning, because we've got loads and loads of sawdust in there still from sanding of benches and shit. But I've just got this necklace on, which is just a little cheap necklace from Primark. It says Stark on it, and it's just cute, kind of adds a little bit of something to my otherwise plain jumper. I've got my engagement ring on. That's it, you know. You don't need tons, but I think just changing things up a little bit keeps things fresh and makes it look more put together. Number 3, I wanted to talk to you about jackets and coats. Similar vein to the previous tip, don't get stuck in that rut of just wearing the same coat all the time. I see so many people do this, and like I said, this isn't criticism. If you like that and you don't mind that, then by all means do. But I presume that if you're watching this video, it's because you want to kind of do things a bit differently. I don't wear the same coat all the time. I chop and change between different coats. I have a lot of clothes, I will say that. I like clothes. I do have quite a lot of clothes. It's budget dependent. If you don't have the budget for that kind of thing, then don't do that. Just have, like, you know, maybe 2 nice coats, a smarter one and a more casual one, and just alternate between those 2 depending on your outfit. It's not essential, but it's just added little things that can help. So I'll swap my coats and jackets depending on what I'm wearing all of the time, and I feel like that really does make a difference, because a really nice smart coat really can make a difference, even if you're just wearing like plain jeans and a jumper. But put a nice coat on and a scarf and you've elevated the whole outfit within seconds. Number 4 is shoes. Similar vein to that, okay? Now, this is hypocritical for me today because I'm going to just shove my Converse on, because like I said, I'm just going to go do some cleaning in the restaurant. But again, swap and change. I know people who will just literally wear the same sort of pair of boots and the same pair of like pumps or whatever with every outfit. Have a couple of different pairs that you can chop and change between. Most of us don't just have 2 pairs of shoes, do we? Most of us do have a bit of choice. But I think you can just get stuck in a rut of just grabbing whatever's there, and it doesn't work the best if you do it like that, because then there's not much thought being put into it, and maybe a different pair of shoes would work better with that kind of outfit. And number 5 is to do with how you're kind of storing your clothes. I don't do a capsule wardrobe per se, but what I do is I'll swap my wardrobe out every season and put things that I think I'm going to wear, and then I'll kind of try and tie them in with other things, so they're things that I know that I will wear with lots of different combinations, and they can work with different things, and I think that works really, really well. So for example, I've got a jacket that I got out at the moment that is a wintry jacket. It's like a parka, kind of khaki parka, you know, fur hood, basic jacket. But I've taken the fur lining out, so it's just like a thin kind of one, which looks really cool. And I wore that yesterday, and I had just Converse on. I had a stripy kind of top, this jacket, and it looked really cute. I'm going to probably wear that jacket today again, but I've also got a dress that's kind of like a sort of shift dress, black and white striped shift dress, that jacket looks really cute with, and it kind of adds a bit of a cool kind of casual vibe to it. So you can work it into different things, and I think it's important to have these things accessible so that you can mix and match them. And maybe if you get out an item, think to yourself in your head, right, that would look nice with this, that, the other, and then you can kind of go around it like that, and I think that works really well. So that's one thing that I wanted to tell you about. Then also, I just want to touch on a couple of other little things. So like for example, today I'm wearing a super casual outfit. I'm going to show you because like I said, I'm only going to do some cleaning at the restaurant, okay? So I've just got this jumper on from H&M. It's just like a really fine knit jumper. I've got a basic vest top underneath, which is all scrunched up and not very flattering, but whatever. And then under here, I've just got some like workout leggings, okay? These are literally just from H&M. They were quite cheap. They're really high-waisted. They kind of suck you in a little bit. They flatten your stomach. They're really comfortable. And I also, today, for full disclosure, which is why my proportions look so weird, I'm wearing just a sports bra, which I don't do very often, but because I was just going to go and do cleaning, I figured I'm just going to wear that. So it's literally just, there we go, a plain sports bra. Cannot believe I've just shown you all that squishy bit in the middle. Ugh. Just put that back away, yucky. But it's a really casual outfit, but it's quite flattering, it's cute. I could have just put a pair of like tatty baggy leggings on, but I'm trying to make a conscious effort to not wear leggings so much. If I am wearing leggings, I'll only wear these ones because I think they're a bit more flattering and they make you look a bit more put together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any tips about how to feel a bit more put together, then please let me know in the comments. And if you've got any more topics like this that you want me to chat about, then I'm happy to do it, so let me know, and I'll see you all soon.